Hello everyone, how are you doing today? It is your best buddy Kuro here, and I hope you are having an absolutely amazing day today, alright? So today guys, we're going to talk about something pretty interesting. Zenimax just recently proposed that they have a major change coming to the way that Battlegrounds operate, and people are honestly all over the place with how they feel about it. Okay, so today I'm going to tell you guys about how I feel about the changes, as well as propose some of my own personal ideas for how BGs should be altered to make it more enjoyable for everyone. But before we dive into that though, quick reminder that you should definitely be following me over at twitch.tv/KuroYukiESO, where I stream all the time. Also, you should join my Discord if you want sneak peeks, updates, just to chat, etc, etc. And if you want to support me and my content, number one best way to do that would be over on my Patreon, just like these beautiful people that you see here on screen. So now that that is out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the meat of this video. So, for those of you who are still unaware, Zenimax just came out with a statement over on the forums yesterday talking about what they intend to do with BGs and why they are doing it. So let's go ahead real quick and just take a peek at that. Hello all. When Battlegrounds first launched, we initially saw some data and feedback showing a preference specifically towards the deathmatch game mode. With the recent removal of the option to choose a game mode when queuing for a battleground, we've now seen an uptick in players choosing to treat any game mode as deathmatch. In an effort to increase battleground population and interest, the solo and group queues will only offer deathmatch game mode for a period of time. This change will occur during next week's maintenances on September 20th for PC, Mac, and Stadia, and September 22nd on consoles. After we have a chance to digest some of the feedback and data from this experiment, we'll decide on what the next steps should be for battleground queue options and consider the best way to add the other battleground game modes back in. Thank you for your continued interest and support. We're excited to hear what you think. So, yeah. You can see it clearly, right there, clear as day. Within a week's time, Zenimax plans to deactivate every Battlegrounds game mode aside from Deathmatch until further notice. It's a bit of a drastic change, and as I'm sure you could have guessed, lots of people have conflicting feelings about it. As I'm sure a lot of you guys would expect, there is quite a few people that are totally for this change. Just look at some of the examples that I have here. Best change to ever happen to Battlegrounds. Nice. Finally, thank you. This is an amazing change. I haven't been interested in Battlegrounds for a long time, but I'll definitely have to get back into them now. And there's no shortage of people that just queue into BGs for some quick PvP action because they simply just don't like the endless walking and mount simulator of Cyrodiil or the massive zergs and performance issues that accompany either of the two open-world PvP zones. But people's voices are not exactly one on this issue. Some people are actually quite against it. Well, it's not like I was playing BGs anyway, because people treat every game like a deathmatch, which has always been the case. It was marginally okay during all solo compete game mode. Honestly though, there isn't a simple solution to this problem. Well, I have a solution, but no one will like it. Group only deathmatch queue, solo for all other game modes. This is a terrible idea. You've just made it only fun for griefers and bullies that like to pick on players who don't run OP sets. The flag games are the most fun about BGs. I won't be supporting it anymore until this cancer is fixed. At ZOS, Gina Bruno. Time to stop doing BGs, lol, since deathmatch mode is the one that I dislike the most. Can you guys at least give us an ATM? I don't think he knows what that means. This test will last. But this guy actually does make a very good point right here. Also, what about achievements? Will they be impossible to complete since I'm still lacking a few? So yes, what about the achievements and titles that go along with those game modes? Now obviously this won't be a permanent change, but for the time being, those unlocks will be entirely unobtainable for the people that do actually still want them. Is what they are doing the right choice? I feel like is the important question to ask here. Is what ZOS is doing the right choice? There is no easy answer to that, and I personally would like to say both yes and no. I think that the way BGs are currently set up is not good for the community and for BGs players at all, okay? But do I think that the solution is to limit it to only deathmatch? Absolutely not. And my personal belief is that other game modes should by all means be accessible, not just for unlocks, not just for achievements, but because some people actually enjoy them. All competitive online games have objective game modes, for better or worse, and I personally used to play a lot of Halo, some competitive, and personally my favorite game mode was to play a super sweaty game of Capture the Flag. Those were always fun because adding in additional elements to a PvP game type served to make it a little more interesting and engaging for the players, and I think that is something that should by all rights remain in the game. However, there is one big problem with that. The biggest problem plaguing BGs and PvP as a whole has always been and will always be balancing. One reason lots of people hate these objective game modes is because there are players on builds that absolutely trivialize those game modes, and sometimes entire groups running said builds. Add on top of that the fact that whatever game mode you get is entirely at random, and you never know if you're going to land in a land grab game where you get an unkillable tank who just sits in all the hills running back and forth, or a capture the relic game full of werewolves with a healer that have incredible tankiness and speed that allow them to just get in, grab the ball whenever they want, and sprint out without mostly anyone being able to catch them and have little to no repercussion at all for that gameplay. Well, I have what I believe is a solution to these problems, at least so far as we could go without, completely rebalancing the game and the game types. What I think they should do is this. We should have ranked and unranked BGs. Yes, I know all BGs do currently have a leaderboard, but honestly, the system is terrible. I believe that the ranked playlist should have one singular leaderboard based entirely off of MMR. Not score, okay? Because the score thing is whack. The ranked playlist should have solo and group queue options and consist of every game type, but not at random. Every day, the game types should rotate. Monday, deathmatch. Tuesday, flag games. Wednesday, ball games. Rinse, repeat. Every single day, every week, every month. That way it's always changing, and there's always something new to do. That would allow players that actually like to play the objective game types in groups specifically made to win those game types the chance to do just that, while also giving the deathmatch lovers their time to shine as well. And people wouldn't have to sit and randomly hope, oh man, I sure do hope I get a deathmatch game, I sure do hope I get a chaos ball game. No, that would disappear. However, this would need to be accompanied by a radical improvement in the leaderboard's rewards as well. I'm talking gold drops of the new sets, style pages gold, something to make people actually want to participate in ranked BGs. Now, unranked is where it's a little more free. Unranked would, again, have solo and group queuing options. However, you would be able to choose exactly what game types you would like to play. Solo queue for a casual deathmatch game? Easy. Group chaos ball queue? Done. That would allow all players the chance to do what they want to do, and I personally think that it would be the best way to allow casuals and the more try-hard players to both find a way to enjoy Battlegrounds in their own way. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Those are my thoughts. That's what is going on, and I don't have anything else to say. So I'm going to go ahead and head out of here for now, guys. Remember that I love you, and do your best to try to have a great day, okay? Mwah. Kuro out.
I could follow you, all like talk that needs more. That you want.